So, and the sun in the first is home and security. You're feeling good, you've got everything together, or something's threatened personally, or if your kid's in trouble or somebody's in trouble, it's going to bug you personally. It's affecting your security. And the outside is going to seem like a threat, and you're going to try and secure your personal life. These will be important. But security can be, this can take you down to spiritual levels, deep within yourself to question your own motivation and integrity. Okay, so now, so when you're working with a planet in a house, get the planet. Be the planet. Try and get there to be it. And then you're looking at the houses as outlets or places to put your energy. You don't want to, well, you can divine houses and see how the sun's coming in. It could work that way. But I like to work it, just see the energy first and then see the quality. It's like this is a scale of the signs, there's a scale of the houses. See where the scales are for each of the signs and the houses, and you'll start to see how that energy is prioritizing things. Doesn't mean you can't take care of everything. It's just it's going to be more important to take care of these things are the important things. So first, so then we have the keywords, which I've used along all the way as we're going along it. But with the sun in it, all the keywords for that sign become empowered, or key factors in your own empowerment and finding yourself and being confident and being radiant. So powerful identity, sun in the first house, strong values, strong resources, second house, strong expressions, powerful expressions, confident expression, strong security, strong performance in the fifth house, strong duty or skills or improve a strong sense of improvement in the sixth house, strong partnership or need for partnership in the eighth house, strong focus on trust, strong focus on ethics and morality, strong focus on honor or status, strong focus on friends and enemies, strong focus on the results of things, on how things end. So, I mean, even a creative musician, if you're playing in an ensemble and you're jazzing something, you start playing a jazz piece that goes along for 20 minutes and nobody knows how to end it. Some people jazz all night because no one knows how to stop it. Often there's a place, where do you, one more time, one more cup of coffee. Well, everybody's doing this, so I'll get away with it one more time. But by the time you get caught for doing something wrong, how do you fight it? So that your conscientiousness is a guide when it's sun's in the 12th house. So these keywords, just another level of helping you focus into it. Yeah, so we have all the layers, these drawings, all the different layers. We have the signs going around the top of this layers chart. We have the houses going along the bottom. We have each layer of each planet being like nerves going up our spine, going up. And here we see where the sun's lit up, just not quite middle, but it's, the sun is so much more important than all the others, depending where your heart is, where your confidence is, what confidence you're working towards. It's the goal you're trying to be, where you'll be okay in life. It's not the goal where everyone else is going to think you're okay. It's the goal when you have your sense of empowerment, whether it's a threat to someone else or not. But getting the moon and the Mercury and Venus to get rid of their clutter so they can align with the sun, or trying to adjust it so it's building up to some confidence rather than going in other ways. An old dependent pattern of abuse in a family can interfere with one's thinking and one's values and block a lot of the sunshine. So we all have to come out of our families, out of our fixed modes of thinking, out of our choices and desires and lusts, and we have to calm those down or satisfy them, and then find their sense of purpose. Some people will think that being satisfied or thinking a lot just by involving the Mercury, that is satisfaction, that is my purpose. But really, it has to lead to your sense of confidence and purpose. And then if you have your confidence, then you can act, understand, you can learn things out in the world and do things out. But the inner work is in the moon, Mercury, and Venus to build up. Does the way you're living and the way you're thinking and the way you're indulging justify a confident radiance, a soulful being? Does it build confidence, or is it diminishing you? Whoa, it's bad. It's difficult. It's some of the best things, the nicest things, keep putting on weight, or the alcohol, whatever, they have negative side effects to them that interferes with our confidence. And same way, there's so many things we can think, we get absorbed in thinking this way and that way. And a lot of thinking isn't necessarily healthy thinking or positive thinking. And it can interfere with our confidence, like worry, like doubt. And then our moods and our lifestyle and our habits and how we're eating. There's a lot of things can interfere with our confidence. But boy, we fix each of those a little bit, it improves our confidence a lot. We fix them a lot. Wow, there's no limits on what you can do. So we're looking at each of these things separately, one at a time, what I'm trying to give you is, I'm just coming in, I'm not preparing for, well, I've got the stuff prepared. I've taught this for 40 years or 45 years, but I'm just coming in off the top, building up the association as we're doing it, making associations so it becomes meaningful and valuable, and so that you can do this too. I'm not a genius for doing this. I've spent a lot of years working on my literacy in these areas. I'm consulting and working with people, so I'm fairly knowledgeable, and I have a literacy that can be a little bit more lucid sometimes. Don't ask my ex-wives, but anyways, there's different graphics, and I've worked to keep my thoughts able to be clear in these areas. So what builds up confidence in a lifetime? Is it not important to find your heart, to be able to radiate, to have love? And on a spiritual inner level, it's the ability to be able to go in away from all these storms of desires and thoughts and feeling what you need, to be able to find your inner radiant peace. And if you find the inner peace, that inner peace calms down all the planets and has a really healing effect in another way. So one way where you got you're trying to take your rush out in life to see what you can do. It works or it doesn't work. Then you have to regroup. And then sometimes you need to go in and recharge your inner soul. And the planets have to align to the inner confidence. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Certainly, this is the point where an atheistic worldview can often really disenfranchise the incentive to go inward or to develop inner or spiritual confidence. But if you can develop inner confidence and faith, that's huge. That can be the most powerful and most practical thing one can do. Okay, where are we? For time, well, we got about 6 or 7 minutes. I'm almost there. What else to talk about? So you can be with anyone in life. When we talk about relationships, each person has their sun. Each person has to feel important and confident and radiant in what they're doing. So when you have a one-way abusive or alcoholic or codependent relationship that's working one way, one person's taking, the other person's being the victim, that's not healing. That's not going to work. That's going to create really more extreme situations, and the sun will not tolerate it. So you can be with anyone. You can get along with anyone. If you're not trying to change, they can be who they are as long as I'm able to be who I am. So if you have the alcoholic, drunken partner, you want them to change and you can't change it. You have to leave them alone. And that could mean a lot of disasters come in. But that doesn't mean you don't take care of the kids or the home or take care of things that are important for you. You don't give up your talent or you don't give up your things to help someone who's not doing theirs. You keep doing your things, and with little bits of time you have left over, you can try and help. But this confidence, that's why the vitality, the confidence to be radiating. I did it. You know, like, oh, geez, my little granddaughter at about 10 months, she'd been crawling, but she hadn't really tried to even stand up. But she finally stood up. And she stood up for a minute or so, and then she fell down. But then she was just like that for a week or so. Then about 2 weeks later, she started taking 1 or 2 steps. As soon as she started taking 1 or 2 steps, from that day, the next day, her confidence was 100% greater. Like, incredible. This little kid, not even a year, just watch her get up, fall down, crawling around, whatever. All of a sudden, she stands up once, but the next day, she's standing up, doing one more step, doing things, and she's into it. It was really incredible to see. Well, that's the same as us trying to do a new business, us trying to do anything, us trying to make something happen. We can't do it, we can't do it, we keep learning, we keep struggling, and suddenly we accomplish it. Wow. So you're not going to have your confidence while you're struggling to get to a new thing, but you're working towards your confidence. And when the confidence kicks in, wow, when you have your confidence, it becomes easy to do things. But that's the sun. But when someone doesn't have confidence, it's hard to understand. Why would somebody not be confident? Okay, then you have to work to build up. Everyone should be confident. Every kid should go stand, walk, run, whatever. Not everybody's going to play football, but everybody's going to want to play at something. It differentiates as we get older. But this need for confidence, are you confident? Are you radiant? Is your partner confident in themselves? Are they radiant? Are you struggling to find some confidence? Are you struggling just to get by? Whoa. But without the confidence, like if you're losing all your outer confidence, sometimes it's a valuable thing. Everybody's let you down. Everything's gone wrong. Sometimes that's a valuable thing because it forces you to let go of all the false things you were holding on to, all the codependencies you might have had or expectations you might have, and forces you to regroup in your soul inside. And then build your confidence up more from your soul than from outer things. Wow, that's a much more steady confidence. So how we're approaching it, how we're getting to it, at what level it comes from very outer, superficial to very deep, personal, meaningful that nobody knows about, it's a choice. This is not a fixed, something you can just simply fix and define. It's a process. And as we're from birth to death, we're in this process. Sooner or later, we're going back to that soul. We can't be separate from the soul. We just think we are. We just want to be. Or our confidence is coming about different things. Eventually, we got to go. Our body isn't going to last that long. We only got a little bit of time to be here. We do the most we can with it, but it's healthy to be in touch with your soul. The more you can go in, the greater capacity you have to go out. So, yeah, okay. So I think I'm going to leave this here. It just kind of, the sun is so simple yet so profound. It's hard to find words or to talk about it properly. So in trying to explain the energies, I'm still working on it. This is the best I could do right now. And you'll grow up your own sense of confidence, your own relationship to it, and you build it up. But whenever you're trying to think about it, sun, where the sun is important. The sign, the house, the aspects, but aspects from other planets, other things going on, they point out struggles. But if you've got confidence, they're not enough to touch the light of the sun. They're just a reflection of the sun. So you don't want to empower the planets so much that you lose your heart. So you're radiant, your heart, your ability to love, this is all the sun. To have fun, to play, to radiate. Ta-da! Yeah. So when you turn off the thing, you can get it out. Oh, I'm glad that's over. And let's have some fun. Let's look at our confidence. Let's go do something. Yeah. Until next week when we start dealing with Mars and how much force and power you have. Your desire for what experiences you want to gain confidence in. Okay. So next week's Mars. And yeah, we're halfway through the winter now. The true Groundhog Day should be about the 5th of February when we're at 15 degrees of Aquarius, which is the halfway point of the winter. Now we're going towards the spring. It's a big shift in the energies. So enjoy it, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Okay.